Hey everybody, Michaelantonio live here. And I know I made a video about this last week concerning the collapse of the Syracuse basketball team in this 2023 season. I just wanted to add a few things because there's some new developments that have been taking place. I would really like to tell you that all of you guys who are bashing Jim Boeheim, you need to stop it right now because not only do you underestimate power at the university, but you also don't understand, I don't think, how college basketball works, especially with a legendary coach. I don't think you're getting this right at all. And I'm talking about the X's and O's of the game as well. And to give you an example of that, I want you to watch one of the latest videos from Eric Devendorf and Chris Joseph. Now, they were talking about basically what goes on in these situations when there's issues with the players. Now, they were mentioning, and again, they know this, these two guys, former players for Syracuse, they know the situation. They know what goes on and the attitudes and how Jim Boeheim handles that. And some of these players, they've been witnessing this. They've been seeing that uh, that Jim Boeheim has been having a little struggle with a few of the players and their attitudes. These players' attitudes, in some cases, are very poor. Now, again, that's their opinion. They were trying to say, look, when you have a bad attitude and you're not putting forth your best effort, it may not even be your fault 100%. Maybe sometimes psychologically, in a certain place in that situation, it's nearly impossible to make it happen, to conjure up the kind of skill level that you need to make things work. So that's one of the issues that you face as a player at any university. It doesn't even matter. It's not just Syracuse players, but look, those two, Eric Devendorf and Chris Joseph, they know as any other player knows for that team how Jim Boeheim deals with the players and how sometimes their attitudes can lead them to a dark place. And I think that's what's happening right now. If you look at what's happening with their lack of defense, I should say, because that's what it is, a lack of defense. You know, uh, it's not about the scheme, guys. I know everybody's saying the zone is no good anymore. No, I'm not arguing that shooting has not increased. Of course, 3-point shooting has gone up a little bit. You have more players that are able to do it more proficiently, and I know that. However, the zone defense, if done properly, still works. I think what it requires now, and again, my opinion about this, I think it requires more so maybe a little better offense. In other words, your offense has to be a little bit better than average to kind of counteract the good shooting of the other team, but not, I don't think it has to be the best offense to counteract it. I think you're only talking about a difference of maybe 5 to 7 points or so in scoring, maybe as high as 8. But the point is that I still think the zone defense is very good. The zone defense is very powerful. And as far as I'm concerned, I think anybody who says it's not, they don't understand the game. They've never really played. And so it really bothers me that these guys have the attitude, well, Boeheim's gone. And let's get into that. I don't think Jim Boeheim is gone, in my opinion. I believe that Jim Boeheim is going to stay and continue to coach. I don't know how long, but just from his attitude, I was watching him in the interview yesterday on the that interview that he has on YouTube. He just seems like he is not ready to leave. And again, read into it what you will. I'm just from his body language, from the way he was talking. He even made a comment at the end of the show that seemed to indicate that he's coming back. And again, just my opinion. I didn't hear anything from insiders, but it's just one of those things where I think that a lot of people, because the team has not been doing very well, immediately, oh, the sky is falling, it's all over. And I'm hearing it from every single pundit, including Brent Axe, who's kind of the big Syracuse, he's from Syracuse.com. He's the big Syracuse, reporter, insider. He's saying, well, this is it for Boeheim. Maybe not specifically. He's not like saying it definitely is it, but he's really kind of pushing this narrative. And again, his opinion, he's entitled to it. However, I just don't see. I don't see how he can just assume that, oh, that's it, he's in trouble. And I don't know if he means that Wildhack is going to get rid of him, or if he means that Boeheim's just going to get tired of it and maybe he's done just from his own attitude, from what he's seen from Jim Boeheim, like in his last when he did that press conference right after the game, the Georgia Tech game. Yes, it was ugly, and Jim Boeheim did seem very subdued and different, I should say. He sounded different. He looked different than usually. He's very combative, adversarial with the reporters. He was not that way at all this time. He was very conciliatory. So I think it was a little bit of a different attitude, but that doesn't mean that that's it. I'm cashing out. I'm done. That's not what that means. But because I think he also understands the zone defense is not going anywhere. Now, can you retool it a little bit, make a few tweaks here and there? Possibly. But the point is, the zone defense, when done properly, is still a good defense. I'm just telling you guys. I know some of you don't want to believe that, but I'm telling you it is. It's a great defense. It just has to be executed properly, and you have to have a lot of the players that are designed for it. I think some of the players on this team, and no offense to them, they're great players, but some of the players are not the best at a zone defense. Well, you have to have a lot of length at every position for a zone defense to really be optimal. And everybody knows this. I don't think we have that right now. But again, you're kind of trading off because you got someone like Judah Mintz who's just, I mean, come on. You can't not have him on your squad. But he may not be as long as somebody out front, that would be better in defense in that area. But you know what? I'm taking Judah Mintz anyway. I don't care. I'll sacrifice a little bit to have Judah Mintz on the squad. Agreed? Please comment below. And, oh, by the way, before I go, go ahead and like the video and, subscribe, all that good stuff. But besides that, before I go, also, I want to mention that, of course, we have the game tomorrow, the last home game, and then, of course, the ACC tournament after that. But I wanted to mention that they're going to have that 2003 20th anniversary celebration at the Dome, and most of the players are going to be back. And I'm assuming Carmelo and Josh Pace and all the squad, Queth Duaney, and, of course, GMAC, because they're retiring his and Hakeem Warwick's jerseys, their numbers. That's awesome. But I do want to mention, I think Coach said yesterday that I think Craig Forth is going to be absent. He had a prior commitment, which that's kind of sad because you want to see the whole squad together, but you'll see most of them. So guys, don't miss that. I understand the team is not doing so well, but just to see that, if you can get to the Dome, that'd be great to do that. I can't get there, but whoever can get there, you should go. It's the final. This is it. You may never see a celebration from the championship team like you will, tomorrow, because again, it may not happen again. You never know. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you disagree with me or agree, whatever you want to comment, please comment below. Let me know what you think about this. I don't think just because we're struggling right now as a team, I think a lot of it is attitude. They're not getting out on defense. You can see it. You can see they're not getting out there and doing what a zone defense should do to stop shooters. And I can tell you from my own experience as a player that no matter what defense I was in, I made it very difficult for the person that I was defending. I made it very difficult for them to hit a shot. You had to earn it. And that's the way it should be. And I think the players are not doing that right now. I think that's what the problem is. Whether it's their youth and inexperience, or whether it's just the fact they have a bad attitude right now and they're, giving coach side eye every time he criticizes them. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you this. I can tell you that I believe it will change. Probably not this season. It's too late. Obviously, they would have to make a run in the ACC tournament and win the whole thing just to get into the NCAA tournament. But you know what? It will change. Next season, you're going to see a different situation altogether. And I think it will be with Coach Boeheim. So if you disagree, let me know in the comments and I will respond. Thank you, everybody. I love you all. Have a great night.